Welcome back, Curry Crew. Today we have a delicious recipe for you. We're gonna be making some amazing apple cinnamon scones. It's gonna go really well with a nice cup of coffee or a warm cup of tea, and it's perfect for a fall or winter day. So without any further ado, let's jump right into our video. So for our scones, the first step is to take 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and we're gonna melt this in a microwave and then allow it to cool on the side. Next, in a mixing bowl, we're gonna crack in 1 egg, which was taken out of the fridge and allowed to come down to room temperature. To this, we're gonna add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then next we're gonna add in half a teaspoon of cinnamon and a pinch or 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg. Next, we're gonna add in 1/4 teaspoon of salt, because no matter what, you can't forget your seasoning. And now the time has come for us to add in our melted butter from earlier. Then we will finally add in 1/4 cup of sugar, and now we get our daily arm exercise and we whisk, 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 whisk. Keep whisking until you are left with one uniform mixture. Next, we're gonna peel 1 apple, 2 if you're doubling the recipe to make 16 scones instead of 8. After we peel the apples, we will then decore the apples, meaning that we're going to remove the middle part and the seeds from the apples. In a separate mixing bowl, measure out about 8 ounces of almond flour. This is approximately 2 cups, but you want to measure it out. To this, we're also going to add in 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and then we're going to give it a quick mix to blend the flour and the baking powder into one uniform mix. Then we will slowly incorporate our dry ingredients into our wet ingredients a bit at a time while mixing them in between. Once all of the flour and powder mix has been added, start mixing the overall mixture until your ingredients are well combined and become a dough. The dough should not be dry and crumbly, but also it should not be too sticky and stick to your fingers as you knead it. If you need to, you can always add in an extra tablespoon of almond flour to reduce the stickiness of the dough. Next, take your apple slices and cut them into little cubes, and then you can add them into the mixing bowl. If you are following the current recipe, you will use 1 apple, and you can use 2 if you want to double the rest of the ingredients and make 16 scones instead of 8. Give the dough another gentle mix to incorporate the apple cubes into the dough, and once your apples are fully incorporated, you can then take a baking sheet lined with some parchment paper, and you can spread out the dough to look like a giant cookie or circle. Next, using a knife or a pizza cutter, you can cut the dough into 8 equal-sized triangles and then gently separate them onto the baking sheet. You want to make sure that you leave enough space between each of the scones so that you allow them to bake and rise properly. Once the pieces have been separated, you're going to bake the scones in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes or until they are golden brown. The oven has been preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or approximately 175 degrees Celsius. After about 15 to 20 minutes, take the scones out of the oven and allow them to cool for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then we can plate them up, and here we have our final result. Our scones are all finished and ready for us to dig in and enjoy. So guys, we are ready to taste our amazing scones that we just made. So I have my plate right here. I am going to dig in. It is absolutely delicious. It is really nice and crisp on the outside, but really soft and flaky on the inside. Great accompaniment for a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. It is absolutely delicious with the apple and cinnamon in there. So you guys need to try this out at home for yourself and let me know what you think of it, and keep on cooking.